Hello, friends. How are you? I'm so excited for this second, or actually, it's our third season. The second season was really short because of COVID. It started and I got all discombobulated, but we are back. So I'm really excited to talk to you about what it takes to really feel fulfilled. Yes, everybody wants to be happy, but what's the difference between happiness and fulfillment? Happiness is fleeting. Happiness comes and goes. Nobody's going to be happy forever, right? Fulfillment's deeper. It's, do I have meaning in my life? What really matters to me? How am I living my life? Am I living my life really in alignment with what matters most to me? Do I feel deep peace? That's what we all want, right? I mean, everybody wants to be happy. We all want nice things. I would be lying if I said I didn't want to do successful financially. We all want that. But sometimes what happens, and I notice it with many of my clients and in my own life, that sometimes we sacrifice feeling really fulfilled and at peace and having joy in our life because we're so hyper focused on making money. So that's been a challenge for me for all my life. I grew up in a family where we didn't have a lot of money. So it was always like a lack. We always felt that there was lack of something or that we, couldn't have something. And when you grow up that way, I bet you some of you have grown up that way. You're always feeling like you never feel like you're making enough money. So even as an adult, I'm a coach, I'm a leadership coach, and I coach all types of successful people. And what I find is that even though they're that successful financially, there's usually something else that's missing in their life or just isn't working as well as it could be. And so it's causing them to feel stressful, anxious, overwhelmed, or lack of energy. So everything that we're going to talk about in this series is going to help you to feel happier or really more fulfilled, that deep peace, and to really have more vitality and energy in your life. I want you to be able to wake up most mornings and say, I love my life. That's my goal for all of you. And that's where, I'm on that journey as well. I told you many times that I lived most of my adult life really anxious, really stressed out, overwhelmed. And I just had this I always felt this heaviness in my chest. Please tell me if you ever feel this way, like a heaviness in my chest. And I never felt like I could take a deep breath. Does that sound crazy? It was a horrible feeling. And I always just thought, I'll never forget because I went to this therapist, to try to get help. And he said something that really stuck with me. He said, you know what, Amel? Because he wanted me to take antidepressants. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to do everything at home. I'm getting outside. I'm working out. I'm trying to get more sleep, but nothing was working. And he said, you on a good day is someone else's bad day. And I don't know why that just hit me like a ton of bricks. So I did end up taking antidepressants at the time. I was just had my second child and I was just really feeling horrible. And I didn't know, like, I needed something to help me to get over that hump so that I could, look at what wasn't working in my life. And it's okay. So that's what, my goal in my life at this point is to just be an open book and not lie to myself anymore and not lie to others. Just be honest. And it's so liberating. It's scary. When I told this story about my mom going to jail when I was in eighth grade, I think I told you in the previous seasons that I hadn't told that story to anybody. So I had moved away as an adult and I just pretended that I was this different person than I really was. And I pretended that I was happy and that I had it all together. And from the outside, it looked like I did. But inside, I was in such turmoil. So if you feel like that in a part of your life, there's an epidemic of people in our society that are going through the motions, that have very high stress in their life, especially now after the pandemic. There's so much going on there's so much uncertainty that there's a lot of anxiety. And what I want for you is to just get still long enough to listen to what I call that little voice inside of you, because we all have that little voice that's really our heart, it's our soul. Instead of always leading from our head and rushing forward through life to get things done and make the money. Again, I'm not saying you shouldn't make money. It's okay and it's good to have nice things. We all want nice things. But if that's your, everything to you and you're ignoring on some level, I'm not saying consciously, but maybe your subconscious is ignoring what your soul really needs. And usually, what your soul really needs is to get still long enough to listen, but also to connect with other human beings. And often we're so focused on getting our work done that we don't take the time that we need and other people need to connect. So people that love us need us to connect, but we need it too. So what I'd love for you to do in the next couple of days is just take a little bit more time. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, even if it's 10 minutes, to give yourself time. If you're living in New England, we have beautiful weather this week. So get outside and just breathe and just listen to the birds and talk to somebody that you love or that you care about or that needs you. We're always so focused on getting our to-do list done. Just take a moment and breathe and talk to someone that you care about. I'm going to leave you with that today. We have so much more to get to. I want to talk about imposter syndrome next time and how sometimes you have to burn your boat to really get, to the next level of your life. This is all about changing and being our best selves. But what I really want for you is to feel deep peace and joy and fulfillment, meaning having real meaning in your life, knowing what matters most to you right now, this year in your life. Let's not worry about what's going to happen tomorrow or, like my house, for instance. We have so many things we need to get done to our house. And I keep saying to my husband, oh, I'd love to just build a new house, but we can't right now. So why can't we make our home that we're living in right now a wonderful place to live? So that's so I'm working on the same thing. Let's focus on what we have today in our lives and let's really just have some gratitude for that. And then let's think about what do we need right now in the next year to feel deep, deep peace. And really what I want you to, as I said, do is listen to that little voice. What is it telling you? It's telling you something. Please share because it would be awesome if we could get a conversation going so we all become a little bit vulnerable with ourselves, with each other, so we can share and learn from each other and help each other to grow and to feel our best instead of feeling stress and anxiety, which we all feel so often. So listen to your little voice and let us know, what is it telling you? Okay, I will see you soon. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.